Before we get started with today's video, I have an announcement to make. After years of telling other people's stories, I finally released one of my own. My novel Eternal Reign is available now in both ebook and paperback format for those of you who are like me and prefer to collect physical media. You can grab a copy right now on Amazon through the link in the description of this video. And now back to our regularly scheduled program. A lot has happened since the last time the Warrior of Light saw Emitra, and she was just about to contact the Scions to check on her sister when you showed up. Since you're there, it means she doesn't have to wait around to hear news, so you tell her about your trip to the First. Telling her about your not-so-little adventure makes her realize that her life really isn't all that complicated when compared to yours, but she is happy to hear that Y'shtola is doing fine. Jaja Samu had actually sent a message for you, which is the other reason that Emitra had been planning on getting in touch with the Scions. The summoner is in Gridania on leave, and he wanted Emitra to send you to talk to him the next time you showed up. It's not a life or death matter or anything like that, but since you are a type of mentor to the summoner, you head over to talk to him. He wanted some advice about summoners being in the heart of battle. He's heard about your resistance to tempering, and because of that, you get sent to combat every time a primal gets summoned. He figures that would get annoying, but the Warrior of Light doesn't see it that way. She's always eager to help people, so it never really mattered. That's noble and all, but it's not why Jaja Samu fights. He does it for one reason and one reason only, and that's the money, which makes sense. If you're good at something, why do it for free? That's how most of the soldiers he knows thinks. But the two people who joined them on their last mission weren't like that. Arnvald and Fordola was sent to help the Immortal Flames fight Ifrit just because they have the same resistance to tempering that you do. Jaja didn't realize just how young they were at first, but they were the ones at the front of the battle while him and the other summoners stayed back in relative safety, sending their Eggy in to do all of the fighting. He didn't really like the fact that they were sending in people so young to take all of the risks just because of their gift, and he wants you to talk to them to see how they felt about the situation. Arnvald's out in Rauger's Reach, and he'll know where they have Fordola locked up, so you head off to meet him. Jaja Samu being worried about him and Fordola is news to Arnvald, since he was pretty sure that the man was annoyed with them for being there. But since the Lalafell was worried about them, he's fine with going to see how Fordola felt about their mission. She's a prisoner since her joining up with the Garleans and killing Alamegans is kinda frowned upon, so it's not like she has any real choice when it comes to talking to you, although I'm pretty sure that if she could, she would ignore you. Arnvald is just as much of a goody two-shoes as the Warrior of Light, and he fights so he can help people, and it feels pretty good to be needed. Wanting to be useful comes from the fact that his own mother didn't want him around, and having people die to save him when the Waking Sands got raided made him want to prove that his life had been worth saving in the first place. Fordola's reason for fighting is a lot more simple since she doesn't have a choice. It was either fight or be executed for her crimes. She knows she's expendable, and regardless of her reasons for joining the Garleans, she's pretty sure no one would care if she died. Arnvald makes it pretty clear that he would because he obviously likes her in more than a friendship sort of way, even though he won't admit it. Since you're there bothering her, Fordola wants to know what you've been fighting lately since that's all you do. So the Warrior of Light tells her about her mission to the First. Fordola thinks you traveling to another world and saving that one too is a load of crap that you probably made up. But Arnvald believes you, and he hopes that one day he can at least carry half the burden that you do on his back, which considering what happens to him is a very poor choice of words. Fordola gets tired of talking to the two of you pretty fast, so you leave so she can get back to her push-ups and you head back to Gridania to talk to Jaja Samu. He's happy to hear that neither of them truly regret their position, and he plans on doing what he can to better back them up when they fight together again. And maybe eventually he'll get the title of Eorzea's second best summoner, since it's pretty clear that the top spot is yours. This concludes the story of the summoner. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like it, comment, share it, and subscribe. Grab a copy of my novel on your way out, and I'll see you all next time.